Oh yeah, we're back where we left off. So we scouted a couple more locations. Looks like we've taken over three positions in the cave, and I think additional outside of. We are going to continue that trend. Ooh, look at all this metal, brother. We should come back and farm that. Let's do that. Let's do it. What's up, guys? Caves, main branch, it's happening. We're doing it. So, yeah, there's a couple different cave configurations I want to try out as well. We're going to try to lock this one down pretty hard. But we're going to have to increase our efficiency. We are very slow. So we'll probably try to get a horse, maybe a motorcycle, and get some of those teas going. I thought I left some tools in here. Let's see if I did. Okay, good. Perfect. What's up? Says I read. I don't read very good. Good for you. Oh man, that's what I needed. My jackhammer. Why am I... Man. Yeah, we're going to need some modes of transportation, ways to kind of stash them out. The other question is where are we going to put them, right? I have a couple different ideas, but I kind of want to do one that's the cheapest and probably lowest profile, but maybe sticking it between some structures may not be the worst thing. Here's another thought. If we did a perimeter, whether it's wood or stone or whatever, we could just land and park things on the interior and then just get a couple of the SAM sites to sit on the inner lip, and I think we'd be fine, right? How many spots are available? It says you can only find 2 of them. It depends on the cave, actually. Depends on the cave, depends on the type. Is it like easy, medium, hard jumpage? Usually there's multiple spots in a cave. So I did do a configuration I wasn't typically used to, and we'll try to probably bang that one as well. Get like a rough estimate of how much we'll need. It may not be too bad. Part of me just wants to get a helo, you know? But if we do, we're going to have to probably make like a temporary pen outside, like just a wooden shack or something. We'll kind of just circle it. Maybe we stick a turret down or something, you know, on the interior, so if somebody jumps in, they get smoked. So it's nothing like serious, but yeah, we might end up doing that if we get enough cash monies. Although to be fair, we probably need our level 3 before anything else. Let's go. Oh man, I don't even have a backpack. What am I doing? Yeah, the other thing is, I know what we need to prioritize. We really need to prioritize getting electricity going. That's going to get a lot of our metal going. Keep us on top. Alright, so probably a bubbler, and we'll just need to do some crude runs, so we'll probably take the camper out for that. That sounds legit. Legitness. I've been able to get the pipes out of the cave. It says I tried to get one working, it says, but nothing works. Any advice? Because you can't place on the ground, right? Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to take them out of the cave. I think that distance is maxed out on purpose. Unless I'm missing something. Maybe you can. Can you place on the sides? Oh, so get this, for those of you that are in here early. So on PC, basically next week, there's going to be a crazy new monument that's coming in. And it's really basically looking at our future, our horizon. You ready for this? It's a new safe zone called the apartment building. Apartments. And you can go in there and you can rent an apartment, small, medium, large. Is that freaking crazy? And there's like a little furnace in there, and then the penthouse one has like a large furnace. Like a helicopter pad on top? Is that freaking sick or what? You have to buy it and then you have to pay upkeep and scrap. It doesn't have a lot of space, but honestly, if you're kind of just getting started and you gotta like sign out and go make a sandwich or something, kind of nice. Oh, on the top of the cave? Oh, are you trying to go through the ground? Remember, it's like a 20-meter max, right? Per gap. 20 or 10? I want to say it's 20. And I don't know if it's going to allow you to go through the terrain like that. I think it'll automatically cut it. Now, if you can place... if it is going through the terrain, you're going to have to find like a cave that pinches close to the top. Which, again, I think is... we tried to exploit something like that with electricity last time, and then they sunk them in deeper. So, I think we're at that stage. Though it's worth a shot. I wouldn't discourage you from trying it. I would say definitely try it. Just try to find one where it's pinched closer to the surface. If it isn't sleepy, will you be joining us in this fine evening, sir? I got a little spot for you. That's right by my bags. I don't think I know any walls. Where are walls in this? Oh, did you guys notice we have an instrument category now? Or they call it fun? Interesting. So anyways, we'll probably jump over at some point and then check out that new apartment setup. Although they're still actively making changes to it, but it's just kind of nice to see what's on the horizon for us. And honestly, if it's one of those things that are easier to implement and it's like an easy win for them. I mean, we've seen things on PC get implemented and then a month later we get them. So it could be anywhere between years or a month. So just, you know, they're already talking about jungle and the naval update too for us. And the naval update was not that long ago. Was it like 3 months ago? And I'll be honest with you, I think they've already made changes to do so. I don't know where it fits in the grand scheme of things for this year, but I can tell you right now they've already made adjustments. Just like when we saw train activity early on, I'm seeing stuff for naval. My guess is that'll probably hit us newer front half of next year. Or maybe they slip it in with another update, who knows, but and the harbor's going to be one too. They've already done work on. It's like, you can't hide it from me. I know butt cheeks when I see butt cheeks. We did try at the lowest spot in the cave. It says it was sand. Max everywhere says I had glitch red text. Yeah, they might have sunk them on purpose because I know we tried to squeeze a bunch of solar panels on the surface a long time ago, and then they redid the caves, and I think they sunk them all past like a maximum depth to avoid that kind of stuff. But, I mean, you can make such a barricaded thing downstairs. There has to be some con, so I get it. I get why they did it. I mean, I love that you're doing it because the thought crossed my mind too, and I was pinching and squeezing. Pinch and squeezing. Was it red and yellow for the other one? Well, either way, we should collect it because we could definitely use it, especially if we're rolling around with like a camper. That should be at least one ORT. What's up? So the PC rush get to have that fun, but while we don't. Oh, with the caves? Well, part of the reason why the game is nice and tested a lot of times is because we pushed it to the max. And to be fair, when we push it to the limits, sometimes patches come in like less than a day, less than 12 hours, sometimes hours after the glitch happens. So if it does occur on the PC, it's not for long. They don't screw around. Especially if it's like a game-breaking glitch. They fixed that one, I think, within like a day or two. Most people were unaware you could even do it. Are the rules for tugboats the same since they've been released? It says, like, you gotta move them every 24 hours before it decays. Yeah, but I think the outer extents got pinched. Which is a huge indicator that the naval update's being worked on, because that, the, like, borderline for that kind of pinched in that outer extents. And then it adds that procedural, like, water zone. Well, the thing we should be looking out for, probably before the big update, is the current pushing the tugboats in. For now, we don't have that, thank goodness. It makes the tugboats pretty OP, but after a while, it's like if you have them out in the deep ocean, they'll get pushed back in. Although they did just they restricted our outer extent, so that's kind of rough. I don't know how well it's hidden from the cargo ship these days. But to be fair, cargo ship should be on the inner ring relatively soon anyways. There's been a lot of adjustments, you know, in the last 2 years on PC. But when naval update comes, tugboats will be gone. We still should be able to spawn them as community servers or admins or whatever, but overall it will be gone. So enjoy them now. Now there could be a procedural configuration where somehow it pinches close. It'd have to be on like a hill or something, so where it's doing its level area, it can poke through the ground or get closer to that poke through. Kind of like, what was it, the bus stop bases? Occasionally, and it seems to be pretty rare now, both here and PC, occasionally you'll get a build where the road hooks just right, where you can actually build up in it at the dead ends, but I think I've heard of somebody doing that like maybe in the last year I'm on console, but I don't know how. I think it's super rare. And it might be the same or not possible in caves. It's still worth looking, though. Because that's how we, you know, it's the player base that really dials in this game. We find some dirty ways to get down. Don't we? I think they said, yeah, I think I saw something specifically last time about memory cells being fixed. Yeah, if you're if you're an industrial guy, it sounds like you are. Yeah, that was a huge one to get kicked in the nuts. What was it? They went to one state but didn't trip back to the last state. Was that it? We get stuck on one of the toggles. Or if you reset it, if you sent a solid signal in, I think it would like get stuck. Let's take a look. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I think I have it set up, but I never connected everything. I was going to get the batteries going at the other facility. Okay, so we said power supply is a big deal. We need to get our generator going, and so we need at least a level 2. We need to start cooking downstairs. I did manage to make a good stability entrance. So we got that going for us. I mean, I could load up a bunch of procedural stuff on PC and start probing, but I'd have to render, so it takes about 20, 30 minutes per reroll, because it rebuilds the whole map. I was thinking about putting like a basic, if we do end up getting a helicopter, remind me, we could do like a 3x3 wall with like some kind of crappy TC in the middle and like a turret or something, so at least we can park the helicopter. But if you kind of look on this outer extents here, it wouldn't take much for us to rope this off. Do you know what I mean? This one back here gets a little close to that lip, so we'd probably end up sticking a tower or something up there, just for like control of the area anyway. And then think about it, once you've got a solid wall going, dude, you can just park your helicopter inside, no big deal. Although that's kind of a big undertaking, so I want to do that later after we've kind of established ourselves and we have a bit of a faster flow happening with our gear and loot. Oh, memory cell problem. I think they, I think I saw something last update on that. I can't remember if it got stuck on the state or what. Yeah, I don't like that YouTube's not doing those ads and then the stream keeps playing in the background. It used to put everything on hold, but I guess if you have the light or the premium, I guess you don't have to worry about it, but pretty annoying, isn't it? They doing that kind of stuff? Let's turn it into Twitch. If I wanted to do Twitch, I'd be on Twitch. Well, I'm going to be trying exploring some other caves too, so if you're kind of wondering about different configs, I think I'm the most comfortable with the sewer one because it seems to have a pretty hefty stack. This one I believe has 3 if I'm not mistaken, and one of them's kind of in a weird offshoot, but I turned it into a bubbler zone. So we need to get the bubbler and the generator going, so we need a level 2 ASAP, and I just lost track of where I am. Okay, I kind of know now. So if we go to the lower section down here, we go to the bubbler zone, I think. Bubbler. My legs. Smacks out or saying something else. Oh, really? Interesting. Maybe there's another bug. Because I remember specifically they said something about the memory cell. You got me curious. Remind me. I'll go check the patch notes here in a sec. Yeah, because that's going to affect what I'm doing too. Key flip-flops are your friend. Redstone. Is this the one? I can't remember. This one's this one forced my hand a bit, but I'm kind of glad we got the stability bunker out of this. What's funny is I'm hoping they knock this out because you definitely can't pass through it. Then I think I'm going to go an up and over scenario and then drop down, and then this is where the access point is, or an access point. Like this just happened for 2 months now. That would be unfortunate if they talked about fixing it and then it's still stuck and something else is triggering it. Yeah, not having the memory cells is a big kick in the nuts. It sounds like you are a hefty industrial electrical guy, so I don't need to tell you. You're living it. Yeah, memory cell is... You could go old school memory cell maybe, but that's a bit more involved. Dude, why am I so off on this? Is that right? Is it up and over and then this is bubbler territory? My brain is like still on the sand location. And it might like, I don't know, I'm having a hard time visualizing it. Oh wait, I'm going up the back here. I'm going back where we came. I heard how they'd fixed it. Maybe it is still stuck then. Man, that's a bummer. I'm gonna have to rethink some stuff too. You might be able to use a freaking it's still gonna be pretty janky. Well, it's gonna be really janky. You could probably use one of the nah, you'd have to do it physically, and that's pretty janky. You might want to try doing something with like maybe an item moving through a box and it tripping the conveyor maybe, but it's messy. Not the most elegant solution, but it's something. It's this one. It's right after the tip, isn't it? Yes. Sometimes you can use that to carry a state and move the physical object through. But again, not very elegant. There's my bubbler. Well, future bubbler. We're gonna stick turrets on this one, boys. Yeah, see how like the territory in this one's really weird. So this would be the third spot in here. We have the other two. And this one's weird because two buckets go out the exit and then they funnel into one, which I currently have a car sitting in. So you can technically get in, but I think I would hear most of it. And here's the other thing too. The other cave I'm looking at, it's got, at first you go, this has a crappy entrance, but it's not bad because it's got like a built-in sound check that you will most likely hear. And if you're sitting in that position, you have a lot of ways to flank. I'll show you what I'm talking about so I don't sound so crazy. Soft aim lock? I have not. This rare DB makes you soul leave your booty. Yes, that sounds like the voice of experience. I take it you've recently been evacuated. See, like this is the extra hole in the back. I'm back. This one got rushed. I thought there was like a guy that fell asleep down here. And he scared me to death. I thought they were coming for me, so I panicked. I built fast. This one didn't quite go as planned, but I think it's gonna work out. Yeah, it says I was, and they pulled everything I put down. Pulled up, I put down. Oof. So the one way out there by the bubbler is like a good flanking base, but also for bubbler action and covering another exit point, but also boom. I do want to do a probably have to jackhammer some of this out, which really makes me angry. This will probably be an up and over scenario back here. I have potential for space in this one. Oh yeah. Says most console players don't understand how hard Rust power stuff can be. Yeah, or they'll put a wind turbine up and then put a line directly to the power that they need. That hurts my soul. I think you can appreciate that, yes? So because these are on the same plane and not completely isolated, we'll probably have to do another one of those. Stability action. Don't know how we're going to do that, but we'll figure it out. I think we raised this one. Right? Something like that. Or just come back here and raise these. Very good. Yeah, hide the wires in the pipes. Raiders follow them to where the loot is. Exactly. Or they know, yeah, they know where that battery cache is. No, and plus there's a lot of pride in real life in like wire cable management, but also in the game too. It's, I think, one of the other reasons it makes it so satisfying to be an electrician or the industrial guy. It's dope, dude. Yeah, the generator is 2, isn't it? I want to say it's level 2. Yeah, okay. Okay, we were talking about doing some... Yeah, I'm thinking about this for a second. So, this is actually really nice. We have to figure out a way to do some kind of stability thing here. Again, I rushed a lot of this. Thank you. So I can say that me and Jade agrees about it. Yes. You should always tuck your wires away. Yeah, and also, it's right up there. If you don't tuck your wires, it's up there with, like, not locking your TC. And people are like, oh, well, you can burn down a TC real fast. That's not the point. And I know you probably know this. If you knock out a TC that has a lock on it, your base will survive for longer because it puts 24 hours of upkeep and then it lets it go. So you have 24 hours before the clock starts running down. But if a person goes in and takes over your TC, all they have to do to start the decay is just empty the TC or remove it. Right? Or actually, no, they don't have to remove it. They just empty it. And then your base just starts to decay immediately. Which means if they have to go deeper, they can do it faster. Always lock your TC. Well, I think before we do anything crazy, I know we'll probably, if we end up doing another stability bunker thing, it's probably going to be back here, so we can probably figure out the rest of this over here and make storage and probably figure this out later. So that's good. We don't technically have to wait on that, which is good. We do need to start solidifying some stuff because the base is awfully weak and like hobbled together at the moment. Although I did want to drop another location. And we need to get that last bit of scrappy poo, which I think we can do in the car pretty easily. We might as well make some tea while we're at it, hey? Might have to poop. Yeah, I didn't really like my TC placement on this one either. Kind of forced our hand. But that's alright. Ooh, we might have enough right here. Ooh. Then we do have another spot we kind of have to maintain. And I do have to seal this up proper, but we're running out of time and space at the moment. You don't like switches on your turrets? You can turn it off easy. Yes. Make them waste the boom and the power. Dude, or I'm a big fan of do an authorization switch. I know we technically don't have those in our world. Well, wait, do we? We don't. If the Rust Plus switch came out, that means you have to be authorized on the TC to turn things on and off, which would solve that problem. But you could do like a poor man's authorization switch, which is having the HBF sensor power the line only if you're authorized on TC, and then you can turn things on and off. Yeah, because you're right. If there's like the heartbeat of your turret system or your kill switch is close and anybody can hit it, or you have like automatic doors closing your base and opening, that's nice, but it needs to authorize who's doing it, or somebody comes in and hits the switch to get a free raid. No, you're right. And having good placement of turrets is a big deal. Yeah, I got a little switch for you. Although, you know what though? It relies on the memory cell. Shh. Oh no, it doesn't. Not that one. Not the auth flip. So yeah, you basically set your HBF to only detect people that are authorized on TC, and then have it activate your switch. So basically, would it be a blocker? Is it right, or does it start inverted, or does it start straight up? I can't remember. HBF. Well, either way, you can use a blocker, because you could just use the inverse. Ah, dude, you trying to get me wet? I see what you're doing. This is a mandate. You tricked me. It's like, what? So if we end up using some of this backspace here, just trying to think this out for a second, but I also don't want to be waiting forever on this. No, you gotta have power on your stuff, but but it has to be protected. So even if you don't have like an automatic switch, it has to be in such a position where it's deep. You have to think about it like you think about a TC. Yeah, because otherwise people just, it's like, it's no different than somebody leaving open a door or having a switch to open a row of doors that's not protected. So like have an auth switch for the door opening. Because if you don't, they're just handing out free raids. Or like people that don't close the damn doors before they sign out. I can tell you how many raids where we get halfway in and we just walk the rest of the way because all the roller doors are up. And then there's no lock on the TC, and I was like, well, we don't have to raid the rest. We just take out what's in the TC and let it decay for a minute. Clap some cheeks, come back, and get half the raid for nothing. Which, I mean, being the guy that gets to pull it off feels great, but if you're on the receiving end of that, ouch. Yeah, but I get it though. You can't have a switch. I agree on both sides. Like, you can't have a switch close to the turret. You just can't, and it has to be a protected switch. And even still, you have to think about if they blow straight into your TC, you have to make it a bitch for them to rewire something to turn them off. You know what I mean? You have to think about it like 3 different ways. 'Cause you still want the turrets to go buck wild. If you have a little bit of that overlap, sometimes those outer TC turrets can help you out a little bit. But again, you can't make it like easy. You basically just like, you have to wreck the base to get in there. Or you could also put a raid sensor up. That would do it too. If there's a raid sensor, then the switches up front don't work. But again, that's a memory cell trip, and since that's not working, that sucks dick. Yeah, I wanted to get this. Okay, so let's talk a little automation downstairs. So since we can't put stuff through the floor, sadly, we can technically still have electricity down here. So my thought was, okay, get this. Okay, let me rewind a second. So the biggest thing with caves, right? Dude, are you sitting down? I'm about to chub up here. You ready? All right, so the biggest thing, oh, do you see my freaking stick drift? You just saw that, right? This is a 6-month-old Elite controller. They're not cheap. Okay, it's going to do it again when I put the controller down. Okay, so get this. The biggest thing with caves is you have limited entrances and exits, right? So let's say the sewer cave. It's really cool, but the whole stack, you come up off a ladder and it makes you very exposed. In most cases, you're fine, but it would be nice to know if there's a piece of shit waiting outside, right? Right. So it's twofold. You can put up a TC outside, and it's like 3 triangles, right? And it helps you see what's going on. And what I mean by that is you can set up like solar panels on the top, so you can charge a medium battery or a large battery, but you can also power a camera that's looking at the doorway. So downstairs you can hit your computer station and see if someone's sitting on their nuts outside. Then you come up the elevator side, and then you slap them in the cheeks. But if you're about to head upstairs, jump on the computer and see if someone's camping it. And you can get multiple angles. So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. If somebody really wants to raid a battery recharging center, eat a bag of dicks, right? So like that works twofold. So then, then you can bring your batteries downstairs that you have charged. And then for all your electric furnaces, because you know how this goes, if someone turns it on, no one's going to turn it off. That's just how it is. So you make those, everything that uses power, you put it on like a 20-minute timer. It's like you can turn it on, but it's 20 minutes and then it shuts off. I'll show you the authorization switch. Remind me once we do this. Because actually on that bubbler side, I want to put some turrets up there too. And that brings up another interesting question, because I need people to trip them, and I need them to run for about 15 minutes and then power down. When they detect either a person or an explosion, they will turn on for another 20 minutes. So you're not burning, so you have a lot more run time. Because, I mean, when you're down here, power conservation is huge. You can run a generator and stuff, but you basically need a bubbler to support that. And even then, you need to do frequent runs and take your diesel and cash it in for straight low grade and crude. Which, we're living that life right now. Okay. Also, I have my turrets behind automatic doors. There you go. And wired the doors so if the turrets are out of ammo, perfect. I was working on a turret system that will power, and once it detects somebody, it powers on the turrets first and then opens the doors. Because there's a, you can kite a little bit with that like gap that they have. I don't know how important it is, but I feel like it is. Yeah, you can't use the memory cell for your tomorrow? Yeah, boo. Although you can make the switch that turns it on and off, just, it's only active when you're there on an HBF sensor. Otherwise, its state of, its standard sitting state is off. So you have to do something to activate it. Hello, Mr. Russo. Hello. Is it yellow? Yellow, yellow, blue? I want to say yellows first. Yeah, no memory still sucks. What do you think about that setup on the surface, though? Is that hot or what? And then what's really cool is you can kind of just set up like little recharging stations, and then if you decide to take the perimeter, you've already got like a good start up there. And dude, I had people raid that freaking top section because they were bored and they had a ton of extra loot, and they raided that thing like 3 or 4 times, and it was like, okay, you took a battery out, you know? Uh-oh, you know, not. I had like 4 already charged up. Pussy. I'm getting way too horny thinking about this. Yeah, no memory cell sucks. You could make your own T flip-flop, but that's rough. Oh my goodness, I'm off by 4. But we have to have 4 just sitting around somewhere, right? Well, and the other thing too is once we have Rust Plus, oh my gosh, dude. That's okay, so there's 2 things we absolutely positively need. Rust Plus, but also those little traps down in the caves, right? Those little tripwire things you can put down. You can put grenades in them too. But that lets you know when someone's outside. Also, the whole camera idea too. I try to leave a lip at each of these doorways because I'd like to stick a camera outside too, because somebody's sitting on their nuts outside your door is a real possibility. Also, we have this nice little gap on the side that kind of screws people over. I don't really know where I'm going to do storage on this one. I'm like sitting here trying to figure it out. Oh yeah, this is going to be for the new... Okay, yeah, that's for the other facility. So we should probably bring some metal and get some proper door action and then start this thing up. Probably going to need a bunch of those because I'm going to be making a lot of mistakes. There's the TC. Yes, and then you can have like cameras outside here too. Because one of the biggest things when you're getting attacked down here is having a flank base to like do the defend. Because you should know this territory much better than them. Because they're also like, they're in a kill box too, and if you can spawn behind them, see you later. Ah yes, that's our vehicle upstairs. Bring some door locks. We're gonna have to start making some weapons. I was so busy doing land grab, I was not paying attention to anything else. To my detriment. I'll start making some proper doors too. Proper doors. Do I even know how to make a bubbler? Is that even in my repertoire? I don't think it is. Oof, buying one outright is going to be pretty expensive. Well, we'll just have to make it doing diesel runs. Oh yes, and we'll do a batch of cooking. We'll load up this thing full of charcoal. Ooh. If I can get this one to go up, we can make this the drop-in point, which would be dope. We just hard lock this side, and then we can just have like an upper lip. Yeah, I think that's going to be the way to do it. If not, we'll try to carve this side out and maybe do something with this door. Not my first choice of things to do down here, but considering we rushed a lot of this, it could have been a lot worse. We have to take advantage to our ability to inset things very deep into the wall. I gotta remember we can do that. I'll stick the boom, skibbity boom in there. Probably have a couple of these wooden doors we can use off the rip. We'll let those cook inside of the area. I think that's a decent start. We're gonna have to really start making proper garage doors and stuff. Yeah, if we do this right, we should be able to see how this goes. No servers in the chat. I hit Y on here because I was playing Icarus. Ooh. Okay. Be careful, this back section is kind of nasty. As I say, I should be able to mount it. There it is. Let's do it. Now this one's interesting because it really has one entry point, and you have to break your legs to do it. So you'll be damaged, weak, and you make a ton of noise when you do it. Let's just say one entrance if you don't own anything. If you own something, you've got multiple options. Not yet. Relatively soon, though. See what I mean? This bottom one is huge. If you can kind of control that main section, pretty much good to go. I'm burning my dick off. You see how ridiculously huge this one is? It even has like a tall ass ceiling right here. Yeah, but we gotta cap them back. Stick a turret right there. Just here with the sniper. Pow. Ouch. What's up, Sargentos? Do you need the informations? Yes? Yes? Do you see how if we control this long corridor right here, we can absolutely just dump on everybody? That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to sacrifice some of the space in the cave to have like some lip. Oh, that's right. That's right. My bad. Jeez. I did know that. Be careful, I'm so, like, in builder's mode. So, I mean, what happened last time? Remember that one guy snuck up behind me? I thought he was gonna kill me. I think he was trying to escape, but the way he was moving, it made it look like he was gonna try to smoke me, so I had to take measures. Okay, so here's my thought. Really? It's not gonna let me place that? That's a ludicrous. That's crazy. I can't stick one right there. What? It's ludicrous. Oh, I just had it for a second. Oh no, that was down low. Okay, so I need to just... I need to eyeball this. Like down on the ground. So we probably don't have a lot of wood to spare. Yeah, we really don't. That's the reason I'm staying here with my dick in the wind. Very good. This one's close. Alright, so it's the right side that's very restrictive. Yeah, we need like a good landmark to kind of help do the guide, because or else you're in a situation like this, and if I was getting pushed hard, and I might be still, it makes it a bit more difficult. Okay, let me look at my picture notes. Alright, so this is about where the front lip is going to be. And so we need something right about here. Wait, front lip. And this. It's rolling. Damn it. Oh, did it just break on me? It's sorry, I'm busy in the Philippines. Are ya? Alright, we'll try to get it on this lip here, and then we'll keep the triangle in the front, because I think that'll buy us the space we need. I hope. It's weird. It sets in here, but it doesn't let you go up higher. Oh, man. Well, this is good practice. Well, let's see how this back door locks up. Ooh. weird gaps on that side, right? Yeah, sorry, I'm deep in thought on that one. I have not had to really solve that. At least not yet. And so I was really contemplating. I probably should have talked that out better. So I'm thinking we have stability either here or over here. I don't like this long trailing cap on the side though. It's very odd. I feel like if we stand here long enough. Exclamation point server. Oh yeah. Yes. Jeez, dude, we wasted a lot of freaking wood, huh? I knew we would. Yeah. This is gonna have to be a lot of the same too back here. They could just let us have this. I know why they're cutting that off. Ah, it's so dirty. What you doing? No way. Come on. You gotta let me place that, dude. That's ludicrous. That's so crazy. They must have that trimmed on purpose. Like Face Punch must have done that. Alright, so no matter what, that one's probably good. Do you like that, Mr. Dirham? Exclamation point server. Schlap. Yes. I take a leak. I'll be right back. I gotta pee. Very good. Is it bright enough for you guys, or is it too dark? So I'm kind of thinking the fact that these two intersect down here is kind of super powerful. We could turn this into like a giant kill box. So that's why I pushed everything kind of back a bit. So we should have a sensor. We should also have... Yeah, we're going to have to do the math on that to make sure we got that all proper. Then what we should do is just go get a bunch of... we'll do an exchange. Get a bunch of wood that way. It's going to be a way to do it, I think. I guess I forgot we had this back here too, right? Oh, baby. Sweet. Probably don't need my building plans on me, but alright, well, we took them. Keep forgetting that my turn stuff is all the server information on the left hand side, sir. Also exclamation point server in the chat. looked up the ID, you couldn't find it. Make sure you search. It should be crossplay, so it shouldn't matter what community you're in. Hopefully Double M didn't mess anything up. Yeah, search. I set list his name, see if you can flick it to ID. I think their search field should take both, but I don't think. Well, I guess it does matter because then somebody could spoof it if it wasn't the ID. You'd have to be in that specific category. Yeah, there's better spots over here. Let's go. Excellent. Oh my. Are you bussin'? I'm bussin'. Can't believe I swung on that. Let's go. That's crazy. Burnout. Wipe out. Reduction hurts, man. That shit hurts. these hoes ain't loyal. What's up, Jedi? What's up? Ooh, we're kind of close to that, huh? What is up, my dude? What's up? I'm chilling out, Beast. Is my work's done for the night. Dope. I feel like we need a lot more of that. Very good. Yeah. Did we get the solar panels we were looking for? What's up? He says, how's your day been? Pretty good. Perfect. Oh my freaking auto run. Jeez. grain. Use about 2 more of these at least. Thunderquave. Perfect. Excellent. Precipice. There you go, get our shit. It's almost nighttime. Ooh. Cargo ship is calling me. Okay, so we're gonna have to do some diesel runs. And then cash them out. So at least we have got a steady supply of gasolina. Gasolina? Man, this stick drift's killing me. Do you see that? First it walks me off the thing and then it stops my auto run. Ugh. Got a lot of stone and wood, yes? pick on the stuff that wouldn't give me acceleration. Damn it. Sparky Doodles. Darth Cheeseburger. Yes. What part is the one that's fallen apart the most? Towel. Don't forget to take a towel. What is up, my dudes? trying to think if I have enough components to make like a Timmy or something. Perfect. Yerby. Waiting for tape break. Look at that. That's nice. Hold on, let me check the map. Delicious. Perfect. Okay, let's go. Let's cook it on the boobler. I'm very excited to see the apartment setup they got going on. We'll try to get our bases in like a good place, and then I'll take a break. I'll most likely go get a McFlurry because I'm a piece of shit, and then probably start up another stream where we're showing off some more cave builds, and then we'll be checking out that new apartment complex thing. Gonna be cool. We can specifically go over some different cave stuff. Specifically. Can we afford 3? You want one? Dude, I was thinking about it since yesterday. I was like, oh, I'll wait till Friday, and then it's getting late, and I was like, oh, maybe. We might end up just getting so excited playing this. I might end up doing the McFlurry thing tomorrow, but. Oh wait, I'm not inside of it. Jeez. What am I doing? Ooh, I stink. Ooh, that fart is potent. So, okay, if we do end up getting enough cash money, we could get a bird, which is not out of the question. I definitely want to do something like that. I do. I think we have most of the pertinent stuff. I'd say we probably won't go big around the base until we have enough money to do so. Like enough to actually hit the whole thing. Yeah, my farts are bad, dude. Oof, stinky, stinky. make sure we have enough materials to inside this base since we're cooking this one quite a bit. Jeez. Listos, listos. I had room for all these bubblers, but I've got no bubbler. Also, if we get enough materials, we could probably just park on top of that for a while. We're just enough to make the pen for later then. Take this payload back to the cave. Yes, if you didn't know, over on the PC side, they are, I should say next week, in 6 days, they're going to drop in the apartments, and that's going to be a new safe zone, and it's going to be a place where you can rent a shop for scrap, and then there's upkeep over time, and then there's a place you can rent an apartment, which is, I freaking love it, dude. I've always made the joke. If I could buy an apartment at a safe zone or the outpost, I would. Well, now you can. I'm sure they're going to be dialing in a lot of the mechanics and stuff for about a week, leading up to and then also during that week. Because usually when new stuff gets dropped in, the player base always finds a fun way to break it. So I think that'll be interesting because it'll be another safe zone. And it'd be kind of nice for the people that come in or kind of have to start casual but then want to go sweaty over the weekend. I think it's kind of a good way to kind of get your feet in the door and or foot in the door and kind of do a little bit. Now these apartments, you do have to pay upkeep. There's the initial cost. And there's a couple amenities and there's not a lot of storage but like enough. You know what I mean? I am going to get the spacesuit. I don't have enough hazmats yet. I've been so busy doing supplies and stuff. Okay, do we have enough scrappy? Oh, we should have to do it just a little bit of recycling. Okay, let's give it a shot. Base. Oh my. Oh my. I was having one heck of a time. It looked like Z fighting, but shadow flicker. Yeah, a couple of these parts are about to break. Let me see if we can't fix oh, that one. Oh, that's right. I never learned them. Okay. Forget it. Is it the valve? Yeah, I think the valve. We need a new one of those. Do you like that, Mr. Dilham? What we should be doing is running monuments, blue cards, green, pretty consistently. Yeah, our car's so slow too. But better than walking. I keep doing that like a douche. We can use that timer. We'll take it. Let's go. What's up? This is us, no talking. Sorry, locked in. Bussin', bussin', bussin'. Trying to think of where to dump this payload, right? This is one guy with an L96 and you're done. Not really. I spawn on my bed in the back and just jump right in. Before you can close the gap, I'm back up, grabbing my stuff, I'm out of there. Yes, very good. Do you like that, Mr. Dilham? $251. There it is. There it is. Ooh, we almost have enough for a tie. What's up? Get that scrap. Get that scrap. Oh. Perfect. We really need this one. Okay, we need to start thinking about how we're going to lock this thing out. Do I have the ladder hatch thing? I do. I mean, that could definitely do it. Yeah, because we rushed this one, I feel like we're wasting some spots. This was tough. And I feel like these spots are totally weird now because of it. I mean, technically we could, you know, do this. Oh, wait, I guess we couldn't, huh? I just realized I didn't pick up my backpack. Whoops. Kind of important. This is I'm shower bound. Ah. I said BRB. I thought I said bro. I was like, wash your nuts? I was right in the bucket. I forgot it. I'm kind of just thinking of different ways we can weed that thing in and out. Right. So I'm debating this spot under here, as this gets broken. Trying to feel out, like, okay, so we do have another stability bunker that sits here, and I do believe it's going to be a series of doors. Something like that, probably. But the question is, as you get in here, are you buzzing? I've made so many hammer. I bet there's one over here. And I kind of like this here. Man, I just doing this rush job to get this all capped off really kicked me in the nuts. So that doesn't have to be elevated. We can use this to sneak up and under. We can put a lip on top, I think. Because if we leave too much of this to go up and over, it's kind of a waste. If we have a regular surface, that's going to be better for us to crawl on, I think. do like the idea of having some kind of door system here. Oh, we can't have a lip there, can we? Because it's going to hold everything else up. Yeah, see, us doing that rush job, it kicked us in the nuts. Why is that red? I'm very confused by that. Really? And then maybe, okay, I think I got some. Maybe. Yeah, but how the hell did we get this side, though? Oof, what a mess. What a freaking mess we made in here, huh? Burn up all my freaking wood, too. Ugh. Ugh. I kind of just want to go to the next one. You know what I mean? Ouch. I think going up and over is probably going to be the best choice for that. We could have storage. Storage. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about other stuff that we can do in the future and how sharing that one side would be good. Is there a Discord? There is, but if you're looking to do any kind of in-game report, please use the in-game report system. Be specific about who it was, what they were doing specifically, what grid they're in, and any of their boyfriends. Please and thank you. Well, this is on the inner circle, right? So we could technically just keep building off of this. Okay, we're gonna have to let that simmer. Man, dude, that is such a hot mess. Oof. Yikes. I might have to drop a deuce pee. Ooh. I have to poop. Oh yeah, we gotta put a sleeping bag down here. Oh, I have one back here. Okay, we're good. So here's what I'm thinking. This here maybe wraps into this. This goes up here. Still feels very weird, but it should work. We have a bunch of rooms and doors here. That's the other thing too. We can't really stick anything here because it's gonna mess up the lip. Man, this is so weird. It's definitely a challenge. Hey boys, gotta poop. I'll be right back. So sorry. That's a wicked dumpy do. Ooh. Okay, so I've been thinking about this. I think it'll be important to have a stability bunker on either side. Again, we're going to probably just leave this twig for a hot minute. We'll come back to it. I think we have a good start. It's going to be important that this is like a giant stopgap for a lot of reasons. Because the downstairs here is only as good as the both of these together cumulative. So with that being said, we should probably at least go regular door back here. Yeah, I was toying around with the idea of elevating this and making that the drop-in. It might be the way to go, right? Maybe? Then we have to deal with like a hump right there. Yeah, you know what? I'm not ready to commit to that yet. Thought I was. I'm not. Thanks for waiting, by the way. I really had to poop. Experimenting with the other new side that we had in the other cave. So we tried to drive a bike down here. What a scrub. Well, you see why we have to have a fortified back, don't you? This is good. We should get this one going. Alright, well, let's do this. In the interest of us showing off some of the new stuff, it's going to be happening over on PC, but in the near future for us. I'm just kind of curious about that. We'll probably wrap this one up now, and then we'll start that stream up in like an hour or something like that. So we can check out the new stuff coming in. Alright, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you then. Love you.